Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Nigel Farage sends Donald Trump Russia warning. Don't turn Putin into a winner. Nigel Farage has sought to distance himself from Donald Trump's approach to Ukraine, saying the U.S. president risks turning Russian dictator Vladimir Putin into a winner. The Reform UK leader told the BBC's Today program he would not be 100% with where Mr. Trump's team is right now, as the U.S. appears to be withdrawing support from Kyiv. Mr. Farage has been a firm supporter of the U.S. president in the past, but is split with Mr. Trump over the issue of Ukraine and the threat from Russia. Earlier this week, the U.S. appeared to signal an intention to ease sanctions on Russia amid ongoing attempts to secure a ceasefire. Reports have also suggested that the U.S. is pushing for a new deal with Kyiv that would give America control over Ukrainian minerals and energy assets. Read more. Donald Trump orders museums and zoos to stop being anti-American. Asked what he would say to Mr. Trump about his approach to Ukraine, Mr. Farage said, "It's quite right to aim for peace, but we can't have a peace that turns Putin into a winner, so I would not be 100% with where his team is right now, absolutely not." Ukraine has proved a difficult issue for Mr. Farage, who has previously accused the West of provoking the Russian invasion, and following Moscow's 2014 annexation of Crimea, said Mr. Putin was actually on our side when it came to the real threat of Islamic extremism. Challenged over his previous comments, Mr. Farage told the BBC, "There's no point looking back then, we are where we are now. We want a peace deal. Surely everybody wants a peace deal, but it needs to be equitable. Right at the moment, it appears Russia is getting far too much." Although Moscow agreed to pause hostilities in the Black Sea earlier this week, attempts to secure an end to attacks on each side's energy facilities have floundered. Russia also continues to reject calls for an unconditional ceasefire proposed by the U.S. and agreed to by Ukraine. We use your sign-up to provide content in ways you've consented to and to improve our understanding of you. This may include adverts from us and third parties based on our understanding. You can unsubscribe at any time. Read our privacy policy. Mr. Putin, meanwhile, suggested Ukraine should give up its independence as the price of a peace deal, in proposals that will be dismissed out of hand by Ukraine's President Zelensky and the country's European allies, including the UK. Mr. Putin proposed putting Ukraine under external governance under the UN as part of efforts to reach a peaceful settlement. Speaking to the crew of a Russian nuclear submarine in televised remarks broadcast early on Friday, Mr. Putin reaffirmed his claim that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, whose term expired last year, lacks the legitimacy to sign a peace deal. Under Ukraine's constitution, it is illegal for the country to hold national elections while the country is under martial law. Mr. Putin claimed that any agreement that is signed with the current Ukrainian government could be challenged by its successors, and said new elections could be held under external governance. Under the auspices of the United Nations, with the United States, even with European countries, and of course with our partners and friends, we could discuss the possibility of introduction of temporary governance in Ukraine, Mr. Putin said. He added that it would allow the country to hold democratic elections, to bring to power a viable government that enjoys the trust of the people, and then begin negotiations with them on a peace treaty. He added that such external governance is just one of the options, but did not elaborate.